Hello everyone. This one shouldn't be a massively long webinar, but this is about getting to know your macros. So it's not the most exciting webinar you're ever going to be on, but it's there to teach you all about your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your calories, also looking at micronutrients, alcohol, and a few other things that are really important just to kind of know if you're wanting to get on top of your health, your fitness, and obviously get great results. I truly believe that having a firm understanding on things like this is just going to benefit you massively. So definitely spend 10 minutes just to watch this, just to get your head around things and then ask any questions you've got at the end. So let's just jump in. Today I'm going to talk to you about macronutrients and how they play a role in your overall health and well-being. We'll be diving into the main three, proteins, carbs and fats, and how they're going to contribute to your optimal health. It's also going to provide you with the knowledge and understanding of how macronutrients can positively and negatively impact your day-to-day life if you're using them the right way or if you're not using them the right way. Hopefully, by the end of this webinar, you'll feel more confident in regards to making adaptations and changes to your diet. Obviously, I'm here to help you do that if you're a client of mine, but it's there for that reason too. So, we're going to start by looking at the definition of macronutrients and looking at exactly what they are. So, they're the primary food groups that provide our bodies with essential nutrients. The three main macros are proteins, carbs, and fats, and these are the building blocks of a balanced diet, providing us with energy, promoting growth, and aiding us in the regulation of body functions, such as things like we'll go into fats and stuff like that, but in regards to getting a balanced diet with this kind of stuff, it's really going to help you feel full, feel satiated and energetic and recover really well. So these are the three different ones. Carbs, they're the main source of energy and can be found in foods like grains, fruits and veg. Proteins are essential for growth and repair and can be found in animal products and nuts, so that's your meats, your fishes and stuff like that. Nuts are also a good source of fats as well, just so you know. Fats are essential for a healthy body and can be found in dairy, meat and plant-based oils. There's loads of other sources, but we're going to go into that in a bit more detail. We're going to look at the importance of macros and why they're essential for our physical and mental well-being, as they provide us with the nutrients we need to stay healthy. Eating the right balance of macronutrients can help protect our bodies from disease, aid in weight management and increase our energy levels. So, macros. It's important to recognize that there are healthy options in all of your macro categories. So there's good options, there's not so good options. You've probably heard about trans fats and how bad they can be for you. These are usually found in things like your junk foods, like your favourite takeaways, unfortunately. There's also a different calorie profile for each of the macros, and I'll list them here below. So you've got carbohydrates, which there is 4 calories per gram of carbohydrates. The same is for protein, 4 calories per gram. Fats are much more calorie dense, which are 9 calories per gram, and alcohol has 7 calories per gram, but your body can't do anything with any of those 7 calories, which is why we get things like beer bellies and stuff like that, and alcohol is known for piling the weight on, unfortunately. We've got to be careful with things like alcohol and fats, definitely, because of how calorie dense they are. Very easy to put weight on if we're over-consuming those. So, protein. This plays an important role in regulating body weight and preventing weight gain. Numerous studies have shown that increased protein intake can lead to increased satiety and decreased calorie intake, so keeps us fuller for longer. This results in weight loss, obviously, and that's why most of the diets that you're going to be on in a fitness capacity are going to be based around protein. It also helps to build and maintain lean muscle mass, so if you want to get a toned and defined physique, protein is the big one, which is important for weight loss. For long-term weight control, a higher muscle mass increases the amount of calories your body's burning. So if you've got more muscle, you burn more calories naturally. So it's a good idea to have a bit of muscle because your body starts to burn off really quickly. In addition to weight regulating abilities, protein helps balance blood sugar levels, as important for overall health. Protein helps to regulate hormones such as your insulin, which aids in the metabolism of fat. Protein can also keep you full for longer, helping you avoid binge eating and unhealthy snacking. So you can see why this is like the building block of a diet. Getting a good amount of protein in, say breakfast, lunch and dinner, is a great way to kind of structure your diet, and then putting veg and stuff alongside it or salad is a really nice thing to do too, because that's where you're going to get your nutrients from. Okay, so moving on to the next part, which is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are an essential nutrient for energy and are a fundamental part of a healthy diet. Now, a lot of people, especially on the weight loss programs, can panic a little bit about carbs, right? There's been a lot of stigma over them. There shouldn't be. They're an essential macronutrient. You need them for energy. That's exactly what they're there for. And especially if you're undertaking a training program, you need them to be able to fuel the workouts that you're doing, to help you recover efficiently, and just to give you energy in general. For those trying to lose weight, it's important to recognize how the type and amount of carbs can affect your weight loss. So we just need to be slightly cautious with the carbs we take in, the timings of them and stuff like that, but nothing massively to worry about. They're broadly categorized into two groups: simple carbs and complex carbs. Simple carbs, such as those found in candy, sodas, other processed food, but you also get them in things like fruits as well, are digested quickly and can cause a spike in your blood sugar levels. This can lead to a flood of insulin, which can lead to a storage of fat, ultimately resulting in weight gain. So we just need to be slightly cautious by not taking in too many simple carbohydrates. They're fantastic, by the way, for quick fix energy. Before a workout, great, like a banana, something like that, really good. But things like your sweets and obviously stuff like that, we know are the unhealthier side of this, and obviously we know that they tend to lead to weight gain if we're overindulging in stuff like that. Complex carbs are great for keeping you fuller for longer. So you've probably heard the age-old thing about Weetabix, like keeping you fuller for longer, right? Very simple, that all they are is they're a complex carbohydrate, right? They're not the healthiest thing in the world, by the way, so you're better off with things like your oats and, other stuff like that. But whole grain breads and pastas, they're like a middle ground kind of healthy ones. Your best things are things like rice, oats, potatoes, stuff like that, because they have a lower glycemic index and they're going to keep you fuller for longer. Your body's going to use them very, very well, okay, especially for energy and to keep you full. They're not associated with a spike in insulin, so therefore you're not going to go on this like roller coaster ride with like a sugar crash and then having to take more sugar in and stuff like that to kind of get your energy levels back up, which then crash again. Complex, you tend to sit more here, which is why they're better for you. Finally, it's important to pay attention to portion size when it comes to carbs. Even if a food is considered complex and healthy, consuming too much of it can still lead to weight gain. As you know, weight gain is all about calories in, calories out. If you're taking more calories than your body needs and you're not burning them off, you are going to put on weight, no matter where that comes from. But carbs usually be the one where people load up on pasta and load up on rice, and the portion size is just usually too big. This is what we focus on with the coaching. Is I go away and when I design you a diet plan based around your height, your weight, your age, your activity levels, it's perfect for you, and that's why the results come week in, week out, right? Fats. When it comes to weight loss, fats are an important aspect of understanding and managing your overall diet. Fats are a form of energy that your body needs to work properly. However, consuming too much may lead to weight gain. Like I said, the same with everything, but these are very calorie dense, 9 calories per gram, so be cautious with this. Things like your avocados, as healthy as they are full of calories. Nuts, healthy, but full of calories. The most important thing to remember when dealing with fat in weight loss context is there are good fats and bad fats. Such as mono and polyunsaturated fats are essential for your health as they improve levels of cholesterol, optimize your hormone production, and good sources of these include healthy fats, include avocados, nuts, fish, I say vegetable oils, but like olive oils are obviously the better choice there, like your extra virgin olive oil. Fats. Part 2. On the other hand, bad fats, such as trans fats, are linked to health risks, including increased risk of heart disease. Common sources of bad fats are processed food, fast foods, margarine, stuff like that. So usually found more in your junk food. So it's something that you do want to avoid. I'm not saying don't ever have any, but moderation, right? Or limit these ones. In terms of weight loss, consuming too much saturated and trans fat can lead to weight gain and an increase in body fat. To keep your fat consumption within the healthy range, it's important to replace bad fats with moderate amount of good fats. Additionally, adding fibre-rich foods and protein to your meals can help you feel more satisfied and reduce your overall calorie intake. Fats are fantastic as well for health. Things like your skin, your nails, your hair, all these kind of things are better when you've got some good fats within your diet. Before we move on to micronutrients, I'm just going to have a quick sip of my water. A lot of talking. So micronutrients are essential vitamins and minerals that the body needs in smaller amounts of macros. So proteins, fats and carbs, which are your macros, but then you've also got micronutrients and vitamins, all right? Vitamins are essential micronutrients that help regulate many functions in the body, including your growth and development, metabolism and immunity. Vitamins are also powerful antioxidants, helping to prevent oxidative damage and aging. There are 13 essential vitamins, which you can read there below. I'm not going to go through all those, but the main ones that you're thinking about are vitamin B, like vitamin D, vitamin C, those kind of things, right? You'll see these quite a lot. Things like vitamin B6 is there to help things like fatigue. Obviously, you know the ones for like sunlight, vitamin D, and stuff like that. So vitamin C is something that I utilise, just out of interest. It's right there in front of me. Have that every morning, vitamin C. I don't drink coffee, and I find that gives me a little bit of a boost in the morning, wakes me up, makes me feel good. Minerals. The most important minerals for health and fat loss are calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, chloride, zinc and iron. These minerals help build your bones, your teeth, you know the whole calcium thing. There's a misconception that calcium is only found in things like dairy, like milk, but it's actually in all your green veggies and stuff. So really pack yourself up with green veggies. It's really good for you. It helps with your blood pressure, heart rate, metabolism, everything. Health and fat loss. Consuming a balanced diet with adequate amount of vitamins and minerals is important for overall health and weight maintenance. Adequate intake of micronutrients can help regulate your hormones, support your metabolism, which is crucial for maintaining a healthy weight. So obviously I'm putting this in the context of fat loss for you, right? But getting a good balance of all this stuff, when I do a diet plan for clients, it's all factored in. You don't need to worry about it too much, but it's good for you to know where they're coming from. Okay, we're going to move on to fibre. So to be straight in with the graphic stuff, if you've ever suffered with constipation, it's probably because you've not got fibre in your diet. It's essential for a healthy, balanced diet to help you clear everything through, get rid of toxins, all that kind of stuff. It helps regulate your hunger too, providing long-lasting energy and decreasing your overall calorie intake. Fibre is a type of carb, but unlike other carbs, it's not broken down or absorbed by the body. This makes it very effective at aiding your digestion, right? It also helps to regulate your hunger levels. It stops you from having massive drops in blood sugar levels, which obviously we don't want. And studies have shown that when fibre is added to a meal, people get fuller more quickly and require less energy to stay satisfied, which is unbelievable for weight loss, right? Because you don't want to be overeating. This is a really good way. Another one is obviously just drinking plenty of water. This one's actually vitamin water again, vitamin C. I have not too much, but vitamin C is something that keeps me ticking over really well. Move on to the next one. Alcohol. Okay, so obviously probably you know that alcohol's not good for you, right? We're all adults here. We know that it's not good, but there is obviously a lot of negative effects for alcohol, especially when it comes to weight loss. It can have a very negative effect on weight loss because it contains a high amount of calories but does not typically contribute to any nutritional value. It means your body holds onto it all. It also increases your appetite, which leads to overeating. And additionally, alcohol interferes with the body's ability to break down fat and convert it into energy. So when you're drinking alcohol and it releases these things and messes with your hormones, it means that your body's not breaking down fat efficiently. So then if you're going and having a McDonald's because you're hungover the day after, or you have a kebab on the night time, your body's not breaking it down, which is why you're holding on to all of this, and you find yourself getting overweight if you're drinking alcohol and then following it up with food, right? Big combination, makes it even worse. So just be cautious with that. Alcohol obviously also leads to dehydration, which can further interfere with weight loss. And negative effects on the mind, all right? Frequent or heavy drinking can adversely affect mental health as it alters mood and behaviour. I don't know about you guys, but I know that if I've ever been out and I've had a few beers with my mates and, you know, it's got out of hand now and again and I've had a bit too much than I should, I'm hungover, I feel sad the next day. I do. I'm not productive. I feel like I'm letting myself down. I get into a bad place and it takes me a bit of time to get out of it. And some of you will be the same. And knowing how to regulate not taking in too much of alcohol if it affects you negatively in the mindset capacity as well is a really good thing to do, especially with the weight loss. You know, you want to be on top of your game so you can get yourself to the gym, so you eat the good food, all that kind of stuff too, right? Alcohol has also been linked to anxiety, depression, impairing problem solving, reaction time and decision making, as well as inhibiting cognitive ability. So we're just not on top of our game when we've had a few beers. We're just not just in the immediate when we're obviously a bit drunk, but in the days after, right? It takes a bit of time for the body to filter it out, get rid of it all, and so we can get back to feeling back on top again. Also, it's not good for memory loss. Like it affects that. Increased risk in dementia, especially in later life. Alcohol can decrease the level of neurotransmitters in the brain, which can further lead to psychological disturbances. So you all know this already, right? I'm not saying anything out of the ordinary here, but obviously this was all about macronutrients, micronutrients, and alcohol is one of those, right? It's a macro in itself, but not a good one. So, especially when we're looking to lose weight and be at the top of our game, something to definitely look into, especially if you know right now you're drinking too much. If you've got into a habit of drinking wine every single night, not the best idea, right? And I really hope you enjoyed this. Like I told you, this wasn't going to be the most exciting one in the world, but very good to know, very helpful to know. If you've got any questions, please leave them on the Facebook post that this webinar is attached to, or send me a DM if it's more personal and you want to talk about stuff, especially with things like alcohol and stuff like that. Happy to talk to you about it and how we can put a plan in place to get you out of a bad cycle if you're in one. And, you know, if you're watching this via a group, So things like the Kickstarter or anything like that, just let me know when you've watched it. We'll have a bit of a conversation about it if you've got any questions, and we'll take it all from there. But thanks for tuning in, as always. Looking forward to your questions. Appreciate you listening to me waffle, and hopefully it's helped.